everybody, hello, welcome for another strategies, tactics and boosts video, and we are one day away from the official beginning of the new Formula One season. Don't forget that for this GP, the Bahrain GP, Formula the race is going to be on Saturday, not on Sunday, as always. Talking about Formula One, F1 class, we know opening on Saturday and finals on Sunday. Now, let's get back to our game and let's go and see the tracks that we are going to race in the opening and final round this weekend, and it's going to be an interesting event. We have a couple of let's say interesting choices by HUDs where to reign. So we will see about it. um, okay, let's go and see the tracks we are racing and we'll get back to details. So we begin in Bahrain with a full wet race. For me, this is going to be a first. I don't know about you, but for me, it's going to be a first. Then, as we can see, we only have rain in Sao Paulo, 50%. Well, it's a very sneaky percent. Maybe this means weather changes like we had in Monaco 2 weeks ago, or in Spain for this qualifying, or in Imola last weekend. So yeah, we have to be careful in Sao Paulo, and of course last race again in Bahrain, but with chances of high temperature. The fastest lap for the final and the opening round will be in Austria. So that's where we will give it a try. Okay, let's start seeing seeing one by one our tracks. And okay, again, we will talk about Bahrain. We have talked about Bahrain a lot in the last couple of weeks. Sorry about that. So let's be quick about it. Okay. Uh, wherever you are in wherever you are in the grid, and especially if you have bad lap times, bad pit times, sorry, you will go, if you have bad pit times, go both your drivers one pit stop for mediums, and it's okay. But as we have seen, we have tested it in the qualifying round in the previous weekend. We tested it, and even at the top of the grid, this is a very fast strategy. So one of our drivers 4-4 with mediums, and the other one 3-3-2. Now, if you want both your drivers to go with two pit stops, then one will have to go 2-3-3 and the other one 3-3-2 to avoid stacking. Or if you can make a gap, be my guest, go both of them with this. But now that we have tested and know that 4-4 mediums work as good as this strategy, even when we are at the top of the grid, we go with one pit stop our second driver and two pit stops our top driver. And yeah, no headaches about pit stacking, no, nothing. Both same fast strategies, and no mix-ups in the pits. Okay, now if it rains, the bots will go 5 laps, 5-3. So best solution for us is to go 4-4, especially if we are at the back or in the middle of the grid. And only if we are at the top, we should go 5-3. So if we are at the top of the grid, both our drivers, the driver with the highest place, with the highest position, can go 5-3, and the other one 4-4. Okay, next one is Singapore, where of course this is the fastest strategy for both our drivers. We have to learn to create a gap between our drivers, even if we only have 2 laps to do it. But if you are afraid and you get if you're afraid and you believe that you cannot go, you cannot create this gap and you are going to have pit stacking, then the alternative is this: one driver 2-2-2 and the other one 3-3. This is a little bit less faster. If you are up against a real player, probably you will have an issue with that. Well, against a real player in Singapore with so limited strategy choices, we are in trouble anyway. Uh, but if you are afraid and you cannot create the gap you need, then one driver, 2 pit stops all softs, and the other one 3-3 with mediums. Okay, alternatively, you can do what the bots do, go 4-2, but 4 laps with hards, it's a little bit slower than the other 2 strategies, and we need to use Gene or Hook. We need to boost our reliability because the car will break down if we don't boost our reliability. Okay, next one is Canada, where of course when we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, we go, and again, if we have big pit times, we go for 1 pit stop. The best 1 pit strategy is 4-4, soft medium if you can, medium if your driver doesn't have good tire management. But for me, if you ask me, both our drivers, wherever we start in Canada, should go with 2 pit stops. Of course, if we don't have 6 seconds pit time, if we have less than 3 or less than 3.5, 2 pit stops are absolutely great. This is the fastest strategy you can go, either 2-3-3 or 3-3-2. And by the way, you can start both your drivers on softs, and then if you get an easy P1 and you are ahead, you can go your first driver soft medium or soft or even soft 4-4, and your second driver 3-3-2, and this way you are avoiding uh, pit stacking or having to create a gap to avoid pit stacking. And also, 1 pit strategy is better than 2 pit strategies, concerning that in a while safety cars will be back. Not now, they are not going to be activated this event, but when they are going to be activated, less pit stops, better chance to be impacted negatively by a safety car. So have that in mind. It suits everything. You start with the fastest compound, both with softs. You avoid pit stacking or having to create a gap, and at least one of your drivers is more safe to have his race destroyed by a safety car. So, yep, it's a good choice to go one driver with two pit stops and the other one with one pit stop, but you can go both of them with two pit stops if you like. Okay, next one is Miami and another dry race. Of course, we have a lot of dry races. Only Bahrain and Brazil will have rain. All the other tracks are dry races, and this makes this event a little bit more easier track-wise talking, because, as I said, with drivers like Stroll being boosted 10%, and with no legendary drivers, yeah, we have a better, we have a difficult, more difficult task ahead of us. So, Miami. It is in Miami. Two pit stops for both our drivers. 2-2-3 soft, medium, and 3-2-2 medium, soft, and the last thing depends on your tire management. If you have good tire management, it will be softs. If you don't have good tire management, it's better to go with mediums and be able to push, especially if you need to push, if you need to defend, or if you need to attack and gain places. So, gain positions. So, it's easy to do 2 laps with softs with an average tire management, but you need at least an average tire management. If your tire management is bad or you don't boost your tire management, then use mediums in the last thing here. Okay, and next one is Brazil, where of course, again here, maybe the two pit strategy, all softs, is the fastest, but we prefer to go one driver with one pit stop and the other one with two pit stops. So, of course, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, go with one pit stop, 4-5 and 5-4. Depending on your tire management, you are choosing what to use. Of course, if your second stint is 5 laps, then it's better to go with hards, because if you try to do it with mediums, it will be very passive. You can't push the red button, and in the end of the race, you will run out of tires. So if you go 4-5, it's medium hard, even with a great tire management. Now, if you go 5-4, then it's a different scenario, a different case. 5-4 should be done medium. Yeah, you will run out of tires by the end of lap 5 in your first stint. Yes, but you don't have. Let's go and see. As you can see, you will run out of tires in the third sector, which is the yellow sector, and you will run out of tires probably in corner 14. So, if it's on your first stint, you have to go with 0 tires from corner 14 to the entry of the pit lane, which is very close. If you run out of tires in your last stint, you have to go from corner 14 to the checkered flag, which is 3 times the distance. So more time to lose. This is why we have, okay, let's go back. We use hards for this strategy and mediums only for this. And of course, the fastest of all, 3-3-3, all softs. And this is the strategy when Brazil counts for the fastest lap. This is the strategy we use to get the fastest lap. But in this event, it's not Brazil who will give us the fastest lap. Now, if it rains, no, no, not many choices. The bots will pit lap 5, so we want to pit one lap before, do the undercut, 4-5 for our driver if we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, and 5-4 if we are top 3, top 5 in the grid. Okay, and here is the fastest lap, Austria and Spielberg, and uh, of course here our hands are tied. We only have one strategy to follow, two pit stops, 3-3-4 and 4-3-3. 3-3-4 last stint with mediums. Don't go with softs. Or you can go. You can. Your drivers might make it with softs if they have good tire management, but it's a very passive approach. You can't push because if you push, you will run out of tires. So 3-3-4 soft, soft, medium, and 4-3-3. Here I say medium, soft, soft. If your tire management is not is average. If your tire management is good, then it's soft, 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 and it goes as it's exactly the same scenario like in other tracks. Like we said before, in Brazil, we will probably run out of tires in our first stint if we push a little bit in our first stint. Then we will run out of tires by the end of lap 4. But let's go back again and see the track. Give me 1 second. Yes, but sector 3 again, the yellow sector. But we will run out of tires in. Okay, this is corner 9. Nice. So in corner 9, well, where it says DRS detection zone 3. Okay. In corner 9, we will probably run out of tires, but you see that the pit lane, the entrance of pit lane is so close. But if we do it in our last stint, finishing the race like that, then we have to go with 0 tires from corner 9 to the checkered flag, which is again 3 times the distance. This is why if we are going to run out of tires, we always do it during the race. We always do it when we want to enter the pits, because the distance that we are doing with 0 tires is much less. Okay, that was Austria. Yes, the fastest lap for me, if you ask me, use Merlion to do the fastest lap. And finally we have Austin. It's the 7th track, and then again we go to Bahrain. So finally we have Austin, another dry track, and a track that we don't have to say a lot. It's a one pit strategy track, 4-3-3-4, and we just need to choose our compounds, for the race, depending our tire management, and that's it. It's 4-3 one driver, 3-4 the other driver. Of course, as you can see, it's the same always. It's the same everywhere. We just need to know our how our drivers can do with softs, with mediums, and with hards, and we choose accordingly. Of course, the fastest strategy is by using the fastest compounds. This means 3-4 soft medium and 4-3 medium soft. And yeah, so that's it. Um, Last race, yeah, it's again Bahrain, dry Bahrain, probably with high temperatures, because it's, if I remember well, from 13 to 39. So we have to be careful, and uh, we have to be careful, see the temperatures in during the race, and decide the compounds that we're going to use. Okay, let's see again our tracks. First race, Bahrain, a completely wet race. Then we go dry races in Singapore, Montreal, Miami. 50-50 to rain or not to rain, to be or not to be in Sao Paulo. And then again, three dry races. Austria, the Red Bull Ring, where we're going to have the fastest lap for this weekend. Austin, and again, Bahrain, with chances of very high temperatures. Okay, that was it. Uh, of course, we are all anxious to see, to watch the first F1 race of the season, but we are also anxious to race in our own F1 class GP. Let's hope that this video will help you make it from the opening to the final, and then to the best place you can. If you like all these videos, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, of course, in the video, and don't forget that in the description of my video, on this video and on every video, I have my Discord server link. Join my Discord server, and there we can talk about the game. You will have available, whenever you want, the strategies for all the tracks. And don't forget that the new season is coming in a couple of months, which means that we're going to have to talk a lot about the new things that are coming. Always hats in a new season gives us a lot of new things to discuss and to learn. So stay tuned, join the Discord server, and we will talk about all of that. Best of luck in your racing weekend, and see you on my live streams. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you.